Americans may be facing more economic hardships. In addition to rising gas prices and inflation, President Biden now warning the country to get ready for an incoming food shortage because of the war in Ukraine.
With regard to food shortage, yes, we did talk about food shortages. And it's going to be real. The price of these sanctions is not just imposed upon Russia. It's imposed upon an awful lot of countries as well, including European countries and our country as well.
According to a Fox News poll, voters are getting fed up and blaming the president and his policies for making the economy worse, with 53% saying that he is at fault. Katie.
Yes, ma'am.
So, I'm old enough to remember when everyone was complaining that Biden wasn't shooting straight about these issues and was obfuscating, and now he's telling the truth. Shouldn't this actually be applauded?
I mean, it's him telling the truth should be applauded, but the fact that we are in America in the year 2020 with a food shortage should not be applauded as a result of his policies. So I'm old enough to remember that last summer, Jen Psaki stood at the White House podium and laughed and mocked the idea that Americans were having their treadmills delayed too late when there was a supply chain crisis. And I said on this show, wait until people can't get food to their homes and you're going to have a way more serious problem. Now here we are. And it's proving that Americans and people all over the world in their own countries have to start thinking about producing their own country-sustaining products, whether it's fertilizer that we're now saying there's a shortage of, so food can't be grown, food that we import from the rest of the world, energy, antibiotics, medicine, personal protective gear that we saw China take a monopoly of during the pandemic. So it erases this idea that we can always rely on other countries to make sure that we can sustain ourselves here at home. And President Biden says it's going to be a real thing without offering a solution and saying, but don't worry, I have a plan to combat this coming food shortage. And this is what my administration is going to do. He throws it out there as this like a bomb, like get ready, America, without some kind of plan to try and, mitigate the disaster that he says is coming.
So Russia supplies, I think it's 40% of the world's wheat.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of plan could he throw out there this quickly? I'm not saying that we don't have to become more independent, as it were, but what is a viable solution to this? Because this isn't just us.
Go gluten-free. I don't know.
Celiac disease for all.
Yes. Why do Democrats win elections when this always happens? It's like we know they can't handle foreign policy. We know they suck at the economy. The only thing they can do is raise our taxes, then spend that money on programs that then expand the problem. I'm old enough to remember Jimmy Carter, and I miss him. This is a consequence of the laptop cover-up. Jessica, do you like Ashton Kutcher? Did you enjoy the movie?
Not recently,
The Butterfly Effect? Do you remember that movie?
I do remember.
Let's do the butterfly effect here using the laptop. Number one, the New York Post publishes the laptop story, and then tech and media and the Democrats collude together to bury it, and therefore we don't know about the big guy, i.e. Joe Biden, that corruption, right? So that is the cabal that, as stated in Time magazine. So instead of losing the election, which he would have if that was public, he wins the election thanks to the cabal, and then the unpredictable force of Trump is missing. And then we have Obama Part 3, the Cocoon Edition. And then Putin sees that opening, uses the U.S.-Ukraine agreement, NATO, on November 10th to invade. Famine. That's the butterfly effect. It goes all the way back to the laptop cover-up. You can publish that and make it into a movie. It's Friday.
Are you going to that movie, Jesse?
Well, the book was better than the movie, and I never say that.
You said it, Maria.
You agree?
I know, I do agree. I do. So I have a wheat guide. You want to hear what my wheat guy says?
You have a wheat guide?
I have a wheat guide.
Wow.
My wheat guy says that the last time this happened in 2010, wheat prices doubled, and you had the Arab Spring, and 5 governments got knocked off. And you had the Syrian civil war. Now they're saying it's going to be 6 times as big of a price jump. So he sees civil unrest in the Mideast, Sub-Saharan Africa, Southeast Asia, and Brazil because of this, because you also got the fertilizer scarcity. And America's not going to be that bad because we have a lot of wheat producers and we export a lot of wheat. So we're going to have to bail out the farmers, he predicts, throw a lot of money, cut a check to the farmers. And he says every time wheat prices double, it adds a quarter to a loaf of bread. So start saving because things are about to get very expensive. My wheat guy is also my geopolitical guy. And he says you're going to have a food shortage, an energy crisis, and a global recession all in the next 2 years.
Should we get fat right now?
Let's go
be
eat.
like squirrels and just put it on so we can get through?
Way ahead of you, Greg. Judge, your wheat guy says what?
I don't have a wheat guy. You know what? Because I'm thinking of going gluten-free anyway, but I think you're right, Greg. Look, the crazy part of all this is that we're sanctioning, or we think we're sanctioning Putin, right, to deter him from fighting the war in Ukraine, except we're not really sanctioning him because it doesn't seem like it's doing any good. But now we've got a real issue, and that is that there's going to be world hunger. I mean, that's what it looks like. And I don't mean to, to be someone bringing gloom and doom. But you would think that, we would try to protect, whether it's a wheat field or fertilizer or whatever needs to be protected, recognizing that can create world chaos, and it can create, as you said, governments being overthrown, leaders being overthrown. I mean, we're in for a bit of a mess because this one guy, Putin, this genocidal maniac, decided that he wanted to go into a country and just level it and kill everybody. I mean, to me, it's so obvious. I mean, the Russian people now can't in any way be in favor of him. If the Russian people are now starting to say that they're killing their own generals in Ukraine, then, he's got to go. It's the only thing.
Got to go. So do we, right?
We absolutely do.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.